Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television. A reminder of our top stories. Bloodbath in Anambra State as at least 12 people are killed following an attack by gunmen on a church in Ozubulu town. Police vow to capture perpetrators of the act. Well, police vowed to capture the perpetrators of the church attack in Anambra State as Nigerians condemn killings. Questions over delay in the implementation of UNEP report on Ogoni land cleanup as youths engage leaders on the issue in Port Harcourt. And more than 50 people reportedly killed in clashes between ethnic groups in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our websites channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You also have access to the Eyewitness feature with which you can share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. The presidency has disclosed plans to withdraw the names of 2 nominees of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences who are undergoing investigation for issues bordering on corruption. This was made known by the Special Assistant on Media and Publicity to the Vice President, Mr. Laolu Akonde, who says, "We're stepping down 2 of the new ICPC board nominees who have ongoing investigation issues with the Commission as this presents a conflict. While existence of allegations or petitions against someone shouldn't necessarily disqualify them from considerations for appointments, this case presents a peculiarity as we have confirmed that the agency in which they are to serve is indeed investigating the 2 of them. A basic check showed no court convictions against them, but when weighty petitions come up, this administration will always do the right thing," he said on Twitter. The 2 nominees are Maimuna Aliu and Sead Alamu. The cleanup of Ogoni land has again come under focus. This time, youths under the aegis of the Ogoni Youth Federation have engaged their leaders on matters relating to the implementation of the UNEP report on Ogoni land cleanup. In a meeting in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, they raised concerns over the seeming delay in the implementation of the report. The issue of security in the area, which they say has been worrisome in recent times, also came up for discussion. Our correspondent, Emmanuel Irei, reports.
6 years after the United Nations Environmental Programme report on Ogoni land was presented, and about 1 year and 3 months after the official flag-off of the implementation, the environmental devastation, including contamination of underground water, continue to deny the people of their livelihood. Concerned about this, members of the Ogoni Youth Federation are here gathered in solidarity in Port Harcourt, the River State capital. They are joined by some of your leaders from Ogoni to seek answers to many questions they have.
The security situation has to do with incessant killings in Ogoni land, which is also tied to the Ogoni environment. Because if the environment is remediated and people are going about fishing and farming, there won't be those issues of security.
The president of the Movement for the Survival of Ogoni People, who is also a member of the Governing Council for the cleanup exercise, says the cleanup should be community-driven.
Moving forward, the Ogoni one, we said no, we need a structure that the community representative can be able to question the way things are going. Now, with this money, be able to clean the environment.
The youths are, however, pressed for results.
Enough of Osho way by Ogoni youths. Enough of Ogoni being the destination to hire thoughts for election. Enough of Ogoni being the ones to shout, oh yeah. Enough of Ogoni being the ones to allow their youth to destroy their leaders.
A The member of the Board of Trustees for the implementation of the UNEP report also gives reasons behind the seeming delay.
You know that there are processes, there are procedures. All these processes and procedures take time. We are not allowed to jump in. In fact, we are even lucky because we asked for a waiver. If not that we were granted a waiver by now, we would not have been able to complete the incorporation of the trust fund. In fact, presently, let me inform you that presently, we are having a very serious debate now in the Board of Trustees. What is the problem? The problem is that federal government is insisting that we must follow the Public Procurement Act. And we are saying that as an incorporated Ogoni trust fund, we are private individuals. Because once you set up a company, just like the Ogoni Trust Fund, it's a private entity that can sue and be sued. Why are you asking us to go and come under Government Public Procurement Act? That we will not.
The cleanup of Ogoni land is expected to cost an estimated $1 billion over the next 3 decades, an exercise many wait to see take off in earnest. Emmanuel Ere, Channels Television News.
Former Governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomhole, is insisting that the agenda to restructure Nigeria, as is being pushed, is a diversion from the anti-corruption fight of the Buhari government. Governor Oshiomhole, who was speaking in an interview with Channels Television, explained that the recommendations of the 2014 National Conference, if implemented as a whole, will further compound the current situation in the country.
That conference, which I've seen some people say, once you implement it, Nigeria problem will be solved. You know what it suggests? Among its key recommendations was that 18 additional states be created. Now, some of the people who are signatories to that document are part of those who are arguing now that 36 states are not viable. And yet they want more states to be created. Yet others, in the name of restructuring, say we should return to regions. The geopolitical zones, which are mere artificial creation, just for the purpose of sharing, that we should have another layer of government at that zonal level, which effectively means creating 4 levels of government. I know that the real problem of Nigeria are structural issues. There can be no perfect structure. Some speak to true federalism. I say true. Who said whose truth? True by reference to which country? Every country has its own unique system, fashioned to deal with their own peculiarities.
A coalition of civil society organizations is demanding that the state should pass and adopt the Violence Against Persons Act and Child Rights Bill to protect women and children from rape and sexual abuse. The coalition made this demand at a sit-out at the Unity Park in Abuja to protest against rape and defilement of children in Nigeria. One of the conveners of the protest, Dorothy Njemanze, says the CSOs are worried that there appears to be rising cases of rape and sexual abuse of women and children in the country.
Rape victims need to stop paying for rape in hospitals. When they go to police station, they need to stop paying for file. And in the event they ask for all these things, there should be a means of reporting so that we know how bad the situation is. Sometimes there are individuals that are willing to support, but they don't know about these things. So police keeps on demanding money from people to be able to give them justice, instead of getting out to say this is our problem, this is what we need, and let us give them the basics they need. We're just going to be moving round and round in circles that are not productive to us, instead that are harmful to us. And then in Abuja, where the VAP Act exists, the Nigerian police still charges rape of children to upper area court that has no jurisdiction. And they trivialize this by calling it gross indecent act. It's not gross indecent act. It is rape. It's defilement. They are chargeable to the high court. It is the duty of the state. The state must own its responsibilities. We see a lot of these cases that are in court are taken up by civil society groups that stepped in on behalf of the victims. The states should stop sleeping.
Here in Lagos, some members of the civil society as well as concerned parents are also worried about this trend. A recent case involving a 14-year-old secondary school student who was assaulted and killed in her home in Lagos has brought the subject once more to the fore.
Strongly urge at this point for the ECOWAS.
According to the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP,
would apologize for being unable to bring you that report. We'll bring you that report as soon as we can. And while some groups are calling for an end to violence against women, residents of Ebam community in Boki local government area of Cross River State are celebrating the end of female circumcision in their community. For many decades, the practice was a cultural engagement which ushered young girls into adolescence. Members of the community are hoping the celebration will trigger a widespread condemnation of the practice in Africa.
Celebrations and festivities are not new to communities, ethnic groups and towns, cities across Nigeria, and the reasons vary. In faraway Boki community in Cross River State, South Nigeria, young maidens are having a feast and a celebration of freedom from a long practice that brought so much pain and deprivation.
It was somehow obnoxious to bring young girls to come outside and dance in nudity. So some of these things, when you look at it, you will not, even some parents who have lived outside, have their daughter outside, maybe coming from Lagos or coming from different parts of Nigeria, where this thing is not even practiced. They say your daughter must be circumcised. You watch your daughter in nudity, dancing, you will not feel fine.
But now, all things they say have passed away, judging by this replica ceremony, which is meant to mark the banishing of female genital mutilation.
We stop it because it affects our children. When they will circumcise the girl they will take her to the fatting room. From the fatting room, she will start bleeding. It will even cause us to run her from our community to either Ogoja or Kakwagom. That was where we were having clinics. We were not having clinic here in our community. So that is the reason why we, the Christian community, come to look after that. Say, if this thing will be affecting our children, when the child go to labor room, it will cause her another harm again. The nurses and the doctors start interviewing where did this girl come from. When they tell that person that this girl is coming from a bamboo room where they circumcise girls, the doctor will invite our head lady that he should go and explain the reason why we are circumcising our children. It's affecting our daughter as of the time of their delivery. So we're going to look at it that we have to stop it.
And we are so happy that today a bamboo room has been able to declare publicly that they have abolished female circumcision.
They no more dance nude, they no more go under the deadly knives, and their lives are more preserved.
We, the youth of Ebam, the female youth of Ebam, we are fighting to stop child circumcision. So we are wanting everybody in the world to help us join hands to stop this child circumcision.
I have not been circumcised, so that is why we are dressing this way. So we are trying to fight the fight.
The joy exhumed here pours from a heart that hopes that the message of freedom will rent the air to areas where dark clouds of female circumcision fills and dispel it for a better and superior living.
When the news at 10 returns, more on the issue of rape and sexual abuse as women in Lagos react. Please join us again.